Hello my spooky friends. If this is your first time to my channel, thank you so much for joining me today. My name is Emily and today I am bringing you another spooky Sunday. Today in Spooky Sunday, we are going to be talking all about the infamous Phoenix Lights. The events of March 13th, 1997 would change the minds of alien non-believers in the Phoenix, Arizona area forever. The otherworldly events witnessed by 700 civilians started out around 7:30 p.m. The event started with a mysterious string of 5 orange-colored lights illuminating the sky. And these lights were unlike anything the locals had ever witnessed. They were in an obscure and unnatural V formation. At 8:16 p.m., the National UFO Reporting Center reported that the first call regarding the lights came in. An unidentified retired police officer in Paulden, Arizona, saw a cluster of red lights in a V formation. After this initial call, the National UFO Reporting Center would be bombarded with calls all reporting the same thing, a real-life UFO, except this time it was moving in a southeast direction. Around 10 p.m., a second set of 9 lights appeared in the sky, in the same familiar V formation. Later that night, many people, including a man named Dana Valentine, stated, "We could see the outline of a mass behind the lights, but you couldn't see the mass. It was more like a gray distortion of the night sky, wavy. I don't know exactly what it was, but I know it's a technology the public has never heard of before." Now, 700 people have been on record reporting that they saw the same exact thing that Dana alleged to see that night. Air traffic controllers in the area, of course, got wind of the situation and looked on their radars to see the lights. Although nothing actually showed up on the radars, but the air traffic controllers could see the lights with their own eyes as it was happening. Eyewitnesses in the area all have a very similar report in common. The lights were in a V formation that seemed to resemble a dark, almost invisible black mass that they seemed to attach to, that was in a triangle shape. That the craft was enormous. That the craft was silent and moved slowly. That the craft would hover over certain areas and then continue to move slowly. Witness Dr. Lynn Kitey stated, "It was a mile-wide formation of these orbs. I caught them turning into a V formation." A few of the civilians were actually able to obtain video footage of these alleged Phoenix lights. A computer analysis was ran on the several pieces of footage that had been taken from these supposed Phoenix lights. The computer analysis concluded that the lights in the video would allegedly be about a mile long, which would correspond with the witness claims. On June 18th of 1997, USA Today published an interesting article, to say the least. It stated, on March 13th, hundreds of people reported an enormous object or objects in the night sky. It's the most confounding UFO report in 50 years. So far, there is no explanation, but the government is not investigating. Local and federal agencies disagree over who should purse the report. What was odd about this incident is that it took a really long time for the government to actually come out with any sort of statement. They never investigated the situation. They never even bothered to help give answers to the people who just had simple questions. Shortly after the 700 plus civilians witnessed the lights, Arizona Governor FIFE SYMINGTON III held a press conference stating that they found who was responsible. He proceeded to make light of the situation by bringing his aide on stage dressed in an alien costume. So instead of giving any sort of explanation to these poor civilians who just wanted an answer to what they saw in the sky and what was looming over their houses, they mocked them and brought out a dude dressed up like an alien. That is one of the finest forms of disrespect, if you ask me. But in a strange turn of events, in March 2007, Symington said that he had witnessed one of the crafts of unknown origin during the 1997 event, although he did not go public with the information. In an interview with the Daily Courier in Prescott, Arizona, Symington said, "I'm a pilot and I know just about every machine that flies. It was bigger than anything I had ever seen. It remains a great mystery. Other people saw it, responsible people. I don't know why people would ridicule it." Symington had earlier said it was enormous and inexplicable. Who knows where it came from? A lot of people saw it and I saw it too. It was dramatic, and it couldn't have been flares because it was too symmetrical. It had a geometric outline, a consistent shape.
March 13th, 1997. This event called Lights Over Phoenix. What did you see?
Well, I saw a huge craft just kind of come right over Squaw Peak. That was, it was just breathtaking. That unquestionably it was a UFO, which means unidentified flying object.
Right. Doesn't mean we're being visited.
Well, it's nothing like anything I've ever seen.
And you're an Air Force guy.
Yeah, and a pilot. got a lot of hours flying. So it was pretty breathtaking.
Although the man who mocked the poor civilians themselves came out and admitted that he saw it too and did not know what it was, no one ever really got answers. It seemed like the Phoenix Light situation just got pushed under the rug like every other UFO case out there. Although 700 plus civilians of the Arizona region saw these lights 2 different times during the night, and keep in mind, these were trusted civilians. Some of the people who had went on record reporting that they had seen these lights were ex-government officials, police officers, firefighters, doctors, trusted civilians that many people knew to not be liars. They never got their answers or even a simple explanation to what these lights and this giant, massive, 1-mile long black mass that was floating over their house was. Therefore, adding to the mystery of who or what was operating this craft. Why was it here? Who was operating it? What was this? And more importantly, what ended up happening to this mysterious craft?
Saw it many, many years ago, then you definitely remembered when it happened. But if you didn't see it, then we know that you have certainly heard about it.
Yeah, we've got a lot of believers out there. On March 13th, 1997, mysterious lights suddenly appeared over Phoenix and over much of the state. As ABC 15's Nick Van Zandt shows us, 17 years later, some people are still trying to explain what really happened.
At first I saw them far west.
It was 17 years ago, but Lynn Ketai remembers exactly what she saw above her Phoenix home.
Whoever did this not only wanted to be seen, but wanted to wake us up that we may not be alone in the universe.
Like Ketai, thousands of other people from Tucson to Phoenix and all the way up to the Nevada border reported seeing something in the sky.
Woo! Look at them!
I got that one on video.
There's 4 of them. Look at, there's 3 of them all together.
Home video in which you can clearly see the mysterious lights just hovering in the sky.
Major sighting here.
These are questions that will possibly go unanswered forever. But that is going to be wrapping up this week's Spooky Sunday. Please do let me know down in the comments below, have you heard of the Phoenix Lights before? Because although this may have happened in 1997, there have been many other reports of the same exact thing happening all over the world. It's literally happened in the Middle East, it's happened in America, it's happened all over. It actually happened very recently, and that's why I wanted to make a video on it today. There was a similar craft type light situation sighting that was somewhere in the US, and it was very reminiscent of the Phoenix Lights. So I'm really curious to know what your opinions are on it. Have you heard of this story, or have you seen something like this in the sky? Because it seems like a lot of people have gone on record saying that they've seen something very similar to this in the night sky, which is very peculiar if you ask me. But I do hope that you consider subscribing if you have not already. I am doing Spooky Sunday every single Sunday, and during the rest of the week I have all sorts of makeup goodness happening right here on this channel. So if you are not already subscribed and you would like to be, I would love to see you hit that button down below. I do also hope that you consider giving this video a big ol' thumbs up and turning on the notification bell if you did enjoy this video, and I really do hope that you liked it. I hope you are having an absolutely amazing, wonderful, and slightly spooky day wherever you are, and thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you next time. Bye!